Please welcome back Sanal Kumar Sasidharan.
Thank you.
Sanal, I'd like to start out with the sequence we see at the beginning and a little bit towards the end of the film, the documentary footage of this ceremony. Could you talk about what this ritual is that we're seeing?
Actually, it's a festival. It happens in Kerala, the southernmost part of India. Somewhere in Tamil Nadu also it happens. It's like it's a ritual associated with Durga and this Kali that sacrifice and offering to appease her, the goddess. So, as you see, there are a lot of pain, and they are doing sacrifice to appease the goddess. Yeah.
And you sort of take this documentary approach to the actual story of Durga and Kabeer because, as I understand it, you went into this film without a script or written dialogue. Could you talk a little bit about that? And you also worked with non-professional actors too?
Yeah, actually I was trying to analyze why this violence happens, especially when women are out after evening, in the night when women are in street. Then there are a lot of violence, rape, molestation. So a lot of things happens every now and then. So I was trying to analyze why this is happening, and it is not always bloodshed and all. It's violence can be silent also. It will be there in the atmosphere, but we will be scared, and we won't see bloodshed. So I was thinking why this is happening, and why the society is not retaliating, why the society is not correcting, and I was trying to analyze this, and I found that it is deep rooted in the society by the way of even when we say sacrifice, there is also violence. Sacrifice is something it is a sublime level. So when we say sacrifice, that it is offering, it is you are not gaining, you are losing yourself, then there should not be violence. But in this case, even sacrifice has a kind of violence, and we are not understanding violence is there, and we are living in that violence, and because we are living in that violence, we can't correct it because we are not understanding it. That's what I was trying to analyze, and I found that there are so many rituals. So this kind of thing, it is associated in the society, and it is dissolved completely in the society. It's digested. So people are unknowingly living violence every day, and it comes out in the form of rape, molestation, and using of power upon the powerless people. So we are not getting an opportunity to correct it, because only if we identify that there is something wrong, then only we can correct it.
Could you talk about how you dealt with this autonomy that you had as a director, not having a script to work with, working with non-professional actors?
Yeah. Actually, I was not trying to say a story. I'm not a storyteller. I don't believe in stories, because nowadays there is no relevance in stories, because a lot of things happens, and a lot of stories we already know. Every story is already told. No, there is nothing new, and also stories are devised to say something, and devised to discuss some points. And I think there is no point in saying a story. So I don't want to develop a story. I want to take a subject and find out how can I present that subject so that a discussion can happen. and some people can, the viewers can go into the subject through the characters, through the events happening, through the scenario it is developing. So basically, I was not keen to write a story or write a script. I was going with the actors to the location, and I had these scenes in my mind that these are actually events, incidents happening, and I know some incidents. I have witnessed something, and something I imagined. And after I go to the location with the artist, I say, this is the situation, and these people are, the character has this history, and mindset is like that. And then in the given situation, how the people will react. That is, I want to know. Then it happens suddenly, and I capture it.
Were there many instances where the actors were sort of changing the scenes that you had in mind, and did you sort of let them run with it, and did you kind of let that effect play on the screen in the film that we saw today?
Pardon?
Did you let the actors improvise beyond what you had in mind, and did you allow them to stay in the film?
Yeah. While making, actually, I become an observer. I know how far I will go, but at the time of this creation, I suddenly become an observer, and I watch how they are developing, and till what point they can use it. And sometime I involve also. Sometime I say, no, we can cut this, and it is not the right way, we are deviating. And but most of the time I become an observer, and I watch how it is going. And as you say, as I said earlier, there is no story I have to say. I am just developing an incident, and this incident everybody knows. The artist also knows, me know, and the situation is like that, because this darkness, this midnight, and the scary atmosphere. So it suddenly it starts working out from the inner mind of this artist, and it comes out smoothly. So what I do is I observe, and if it is going in the direction which I want to make, then I let it go.
And there are these obvious restrictions imposed on the film, obviously, because you're filming much of it in this van, and the film is almost entirely in the dark. Yeah. And there are many incredible shots, too, and I'm kind of curious about the actual process in filming in the van and out, and if you can talk about that.
Yeah, actually, once I decided I'm going to make this one, I was thinking, how can I make it in a different way? And so I made these rigs and all to put in the vehicle so that the camera can move like that. And that we planned a lot. Around 1 or 2 months, we planned a lot, and there are a lot of works, pre-production. It is not, in my case, it is pre-production is this technical aspects. How can it work? And it is not like developing a story or script. So after this, when I go to the location influences a lot. We can find some positive things, and we can change it according to the location and the development of the scene. It is very organic, and I'm very keen on that it should be organic. If I put a lot of pressure, it will become artificial. So I don't even want to force the artist by a lot of rehearsal. First or second take I will use.
What took you to the road as the location?
Actually, people are living in road nowadays, not in home. We are living in home only for sleeping maybe few hours. Mostly the society is like, we are traveling, and road is our life. It's I think it is not only in India, everywhere it is like we do everything on road. It's the moment, it's the life. So, and obviously this darkness, a road has, I observed in India at least, road has two phases. If you observe it in daytime, it is entirely different. And people people will be very law obedient, very pleasant, and at the same time, when it becomes dark, that darkness crept into the people also. They behave weird, and they behave authority, and if somebody is powerful, then they will try to exert power, and yeah, it's a kind of sudden change after the light goes down.
Yeah, it prevents you from seeing this destination where they're trying to get to, and
Yeah.
in the darkness, it just feels like they're in this vacuum, which builds this kind of tormenting pressure that builds and builds
Yeah,
in the film.
yeah, it's repeating. Yeah, every time it's like we are in a circle and we are in a loop. We can't get out of this kind of situation.
We can start taking questions from the audience. Are there any? Yep. Yes, right here. So the question is to talk more about the ceremony that we see in the documentary footage.
It's a ritual. It's a ritual happening every year in southern part of India. It's associated with Kali, that is Durga Puja and all. Not Durga Puja, this Kali, goddess Durga. And men do this sacrifice to get, to please the goddess. And what else?
Yep. The question is about the title and its relation to the goddess, Durga.
Yeah, actually, Durga is the name of the goddess, but at the same time, Durga is the name of a lot of girls, normal girls, and both are treated differently. If there is this goddess is there in temple, then people will go and do all the sacrifice and these painful things. And at the same time, if Durga is on the street, then what happens to her is the parallel.
Yes, in the back. The question is about what led you to this working method of going into a film without a written script and sort of having that kind of freedom play out.
Yeah, I don't believe in story, as I said earlier. I think stories are like, it becomes melodrama at a point. If we are trying to say story nowadays, it becomes melodrama at least some point. So documentaries are more powerful and more truthful. And I actually believe in this documentaries and documentations. And I don't believe that if there is a story and I was telling this story, then this does not communicate what I was trying to communicate.
Yes, here?
Yeah.
Could you talk more about the cultural differences between the kind of gang of men in the van and the couple?
Yeah. The lady is speaking Hindi. She is from North India. Evidently, it says she is from North India. Actually, I wanted to say that if there is a language difference, then suddenly you become stranger, and that strangeness becomes people. If you are in a territory and you are not speaking the native language, then suddenly you become a stranger, and the other people will become authority, and they will start dominating you, and in the name of helping you. Maybe in this film, almost all the people are trying to help them. Actually, this help, you'll be tired of this help. And why they are helping is because they think that they have the authority, they are powerful, they can help you, they can save you, and they are not thinking about what you are thinking, what is your emotion, and yeah, they are not understanding that you have a different culture, different language, and you are a different person, and you have different emotions. But they will start dominating. Okay, this is our land, and it happens everywhere. It is not only locally, it's globally it happens. It is my land, and you are a stranger. You talk different language, you have a different culture. So these small things are there, and the film is not about loud things. The louder aspect is also there, but you can find small hints somewhere This Durga, she is from North India. She may be a migrant. She is not talking the native language, and she can't even communicate what she feels. And these people are, they are trying to make it a fun. At one point, they are saying that oh, Hindi, we can't handle it. So it's a fun for them, but what she is feeling is very painful.
Yes, way in the back. Question is about the cell phone and kind of your intention there.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Cell phone. There is a mention of cell phone. There is a mention of Facebook, online life, but these are our reality. We are living in this kind of world. We use these things, and we can't live without these things. And these are hints. There is no significance in story. If people are looking at story, then that will be like a kind of cheating maybe. I don't know if I'm clear.
Question is about having these long takes as you're filming non-professional actors, and what that was like filming them, what challenges there were.
I believe that everybody is an actor. Every human being can act. So what I say to my artists that you can do that, and if there is no mistake, don't think that you are making a mistake. Just do that, and this freedom is the technique of you handling these people. Actually, once they start believing themselves, then they will, they will do things more powerfully, more truthfully. And I can even enjoy, because in a written script, if they are not talking like what dialogue I wrote, then it will be, I become restless. And in this case, they are making their own dialogues, and I am just hinting them, okay, this is what you have to say, and this is the situation, and in this situation, if he says this, then what you will reciprocate. And this is kind of reaction. I always ask them to not act, you need to react. And this reaction happens. It's very spontaneous and it's very organic. So I didn't feel any difficulty in handling these things, because it happens like that. Everywhere people act, behave. It is kind of it's behavior. It is not acting.
Yes, in the back.
Yeah, thank you for bringing out that point. Actually, I wanted to include that also. As I said, there are so many small hints, and which is not loud. It is peripherally. You can watch a film and you can think about it later on, and you can find a lot of small things, and you can dig into that later. And this one is like that. Durga is a Hindu goddess, and Kabeer is a Muslim. And that's why suddenly it becomes, illegal, or it becomes against the society kind of feel. So I wanted to include that. And first question, I think in India nowadays, a lot of independent movies are coming out. It is not from industry. They are not using artists. Not using a lot of money, and Chaitanya Tamane's Court, and Ram Reddy's Tithi, and Manchula, this Marathi films. There are a lot of films happening, and I feel that this is a movement. It's throughout India. In Kerala also, there is a small independent movement is there. After the revolution of this digital platform, people are started making films, maybe short films. A lot of short films are coming in YouTube, and nowadays people realize that we can make a film, only a full-length feature film, with the issues, without any boundaries, without any education in film schooling and all. So nowadays it is happening, and I think in 5 to 10 years that will become a separate branch, and it will strengthen.
Could you talk a little bit about the music choice? I'm curious to hear what led you there.
Yeah, Basil is the music director. He is working with me to the 3 films I made from the beginning to this third one. I asked him to make a music which is parallel or which can be clubbed to the temple music, the ritualistic music. Then I want to put a parallel, and some point I'm clubbing together also this ritual and this metal music. Yeah. So I think it worked. Music can be, music is contextual. In which context you use a music is important. You can use this same music in a very vibrant, colorful way in another context, then it will be pleasant. And sometime in this point, it will be scary, and it will make you uncomfortable. Maybe.
Works and has it's very irreverent too. Okay, Sanal, thank you so much for presenting your film, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.